And welcome into Going for Two. I'm Ian Nickel, Parker Terrell right next to me. And before we begin this episode, I want to issue an apology. During last week's episode, I accidentally forgot to plug in my mic. So when I was editing and watching it back, I realized, oh no, it wasn't even that. After I got done with the podcast, I realized my mic wasn't plugged in. So I'm just like talking into this, but the speakers are through here. So I apologize for that. I think I probably sounded not great on my end. For most of that podcast, the Brady interview, it was plugged in, but for everything else, it
Yeah,
was unplugged. So, folks, my bad. And now we can go on with the rest of the episode. Parker, how you
we
doing, man?
forgive you. We forgive you, Ian. I'm good. I am good. Just been watching a lot of World Cup. Was certainly locked into the NBA draft as we're recording. The first round was last night. Second round is going on right now. Um, yeah, just been locked in. Certainly locked in on the Brendan Sorsby news. To kind of dovetail off of um, our last episode with
Hmm.
with Brady. So excited to talk about all that.
Well, since you
World
brought it
Cup.
up,
Yeah,
let's start. I was
go
gonna say,
ahead.
since you brought up Sorsby, let's just start there. I mean,
Okay, yeah, we can talk about that. So the saga continues, and the so as you heard last week, Brady did an excellent job breaking down what the supplemental draft is, the situation, how it's all played out, etc. Since then, the NFL basically said we're not having a supplemental draft. And they made a statement that Sorsby was the only applicant to the draft, and that there's a lot of stuff. So we can get into like I'll have to remember. Is it the NFL's lawyer that sent out the one thing? It's like there's something in
it
means committee,
it
games
was
and
him or
means
it was
committee.
Cadell's lawyer, I think.
There was something that got sent out that basically was condemning Sorsby, saying a couple of different things. Now, this may not be the official letter that the NFL sent to Sorsby. This was put out by an attorney. And to paraphrase, because we're not gonna read the whole thing. But Ian, if you could look up who that guy is, that would be appreciated.
I am on it.
Basically, it was saying you submitted the application for the supplemental draft 3 days before the deadline, and your whole reason citing is that you've exhausted all of your attempts to play in the NCAA and been banned. And the NFL reiterates that it is a privilege to play in the NFL. And basically, we are not your second choice. We are not your fallback plan. You didn't provide any evidence to us to suggest you should be eligible to play or that you were wronged in any way by the NCAA. You simply just submitted the paperwork and expect us to then just take you. And that's not how this works. And so they have said to Sorsby, present yourself as a good candidate for the 2027 NFL draft.
So
So
that
as it sits right now, Brendan Sorsby will not be in the NFL next year or college.
and that memo was from Larry Ferrazzini, General Counsel of the NFL Management Council. I was thinking the same thing, Ferrazzini. And apologies again. So I was looking at the name and the like a pop-up ad came up or
Oh,
something
oh, you're good. Uh,
from the US
and
Today is
so
where Ferrazzini.
this, you and I have shared our thoughts to each other over text, but I want you to go first, and then I will go because I have some moderately strong feelings about this, and I wish Brady were here because I think that he probably has moderately strong feelings on the other side. But this is our podcast, so
This is our pod. This is our team. We
We
bleed
bleed the rules.
the. Okay, so I think it's the reasoning from the NFL is sound. Completely understand it. I think it's just a little crappy that they highlighted the fact that he put in the put in the application 3 business days before the deadline. Well, that's what the deadline's for. I feel like I don't know. I feel like that was kind of weird to bring that up. It's like if there's a deadline, he met the deadline, you know. But I think this probably works out better for Sorsby, um, eh, because that was it was his backup plan. He thought he could just like kind of just go on to the NFL, which I think we thought that too. You go ahead.
I think he cited quickly. I think he cited the deadline because he then reiterated that they didn't have time to investigate all of the stuff. They didn't give he didn't give them time to investigate all of what happened, and there was only 3 days till the deadline. Go ahead.
But I mean, that's been out for a while. They can't like officially investigate until he puts in the file because I mean, it's been out for quite some time. He made his intentions known like a month ago that he was going to enter the supplemental draft. They couldn't investigate before that.
It sounds like the NFL does not want this guy. They are not going to bend over backwards in any way, shape, or form to help him.
Fair. No, and I mean that is completely fair. Um, even so, I if I am not mistaken, the closest thing I can think of to this is the Terrell Pryor supplemental draft. He was suspended for, I believe, either the whole year at Ohio State or he got suspended like 12 games or something. He
Hmm.
still faced some sort of repercussion.
The exact
And
same,
that's,
the
yeah.
exact same suspension that he faced in the NCAA, he faced in the NFL that next season.
So, and I don't know when Pryor filed for the supplemental draft. So that could be like a whole thing. But um, again, it feels like a very similar situation. Um, except Sorsby's kind of making it a little difficult on the NFL, and the NFL's like, oh, we don't need to do this. But again, I think it kind of works out better for Sorsby. Get the suspension in because he was probably going to be suspended for this year, um, in some form or fashion, whether it was the self-imposed 2 game suspension by Texas Tech or the NCAA laid a hammer down and suspended him for the rest of the season. Like he probably was not going to play this season, probably. So I mean, I think this is probably the right call for the NFL. I'm not sure why they're suing, and you have more strong feelings about this than I do. I agree with you what you're about to say because we talked about it over text, like you said. But I'll let you go for it, dude.
I just think I am so I work in like the business world. Let me make an analogy for all the viewers and listeners. Say that I work at a company and I'm really good at my job. However, I break the rules, the internal rules of the company. It wasn't like a law, like a felony or something like that I broke. Just whatever rules and regulations of this company I broke to an egregious amount so that they fired me. Okay? There's a much bigger company that was looking at me as a potential hiree because I'm really good at my job. But they notice that I get fired because I broke internal company rules and they do an investigation and they say we don't want to pursue this guy. They have every right to do that because they are a private company. Just like the NFL is a private company. They're not publicly traded. They don't have to abide by the FCC laws that other companies have to go by. Like Goodell said in his in the NFL statement, it is a privilege to play in the NFL. Sorsby had no intentions of playing in the NFL until he got banned for this season. And like I said earlier, the NFL is not going to be somebody's second choice or fallback plan. No, we are the pinnacle of where you are trying to get to. And I think that they are just not going to be basically like told what to do. They just expected something. And the NFL can say, because they have every right to say, no, we don't have to have a supplemental draft. You don't meet our criteria because of your character issues that you have shown. Now, his lawyer immediately comes out and says, this is wrong. It's against the CBA. It's against the law. What law? What law? Note he did not cite a law and has not cited a single law. That's just PR to get that out there. Also, look at what the CBA is. That's the collective bargaining agreement. That only applies to NFL and former NFL players. Why would that apply to people who aren't in the NFL? That makes no sense. The people who are actively bargaining for the collective bargaining agreement is the NFL Players Association and the owners. Who cares about some random college quarterback that isn't even in the NFL yet? That's not fair to the people who are in the NFL, the people that passed the grade, the people that made the cut and applied for the regular NFL draft or were entered into the NFL as undrafted free agents. So, no, Sorsby, to me, and his lawyer, which I don't know anything about Sorsby, he's probably a really nice guy that has a serious gambling problem. Okay? If I'm him, I'm going to go to my team and my family and say, hey, this is a silver lining because I get to basically get an injury free year to work with whoever I want to work with, quarterback coach wise, to get better. I can go back to my high school. He came from a really big high school. I can work with my old high school coaches, probably do a little bit of scrimmaging with them. Shoot, help them on the sidelines, like whatever. He's not in college anymore. And so take that time, get help, continue to work on your addiction, which is what caused this whole issue, and present yourself as a quality candidate to the regular NFL draft next year, which I will like to point out again, you have to apply for and get accepted. And if character issues are a real problem, they will look at that. The NFL is serious about gambling. We saw that with the Calvin Ridley situation. So if they are seeing a guy who not only, we've made this point on this podcast multiple times, he didn't just bet on random games, he bet on his own games. And if you do that in the NFL, there will be serious repercussions. So they have every right to say, no, we're not going to have this supplemental draft just for you, just because you broke the rules in a different institution and then tried to fight it and lost. That's all I have to say about it.
No, I think you nailed the head on the head. I mean, the NFL isn't going to bend over backwards for a supplemental draft. And I do think it works out better for Sorsby, like you mentioned. The like he gets that time to work and train. Like, does it suck for Texas Tech? A little bit, yeah. But they still have Will Hammond, who I think is another very solid quarterback, and we could talk about that. But I also want to point out that like I have no beef with Texas Tech fans, but I've been seeing that some of them have been coming after Oklahoma State about them getting sponsored by the Osage Nation and that it has the same font as the Osage Casino, but there's no word for casino on there. So I it feels like I feel like eventually there's going to be a casino sponsor, but it's not Oklahoma State. Just
It is not lost on me. Quickly with the OSU thing, the
yeah.
Osage Nation has partnered with Oklahoma State. That was
Mhm.
made very clear. Does the Osage Nation operate gaming institutions? Yes, they do. And they have every right to. That does not mean that all of a sudden they're going to put slot machines in Galgaraiba. Like, come on, people. Um,
Now hold on a minute.
whoa,
That
whoa, whoa,
that
whoa,
sounds like a
whoa.
great idea.
But again, it is not lost on me the hypocritical nature of the landscape of college athletics right now, where everywhere you turn, there are FanDuel and DraftKings and odds slips, and on ESPN, they're providing odds for every single college game, and they're pushing that and they're partnering with these gambling companies. It is not lost on me that the what used to be viewed as the bastion of amateurism is now completely lost in terms of how much you can gain, like what gambling on college sports was. Like to me, when I was growing up, which of course I didn't have the money or wasn't allowed to gamble, but it was like still kind of taboo to sports gamble a little bit. And now it's mainstream. Anybody can do it in almost every state. And by the time that you and I are in our 40s and 50s, it will be legal in every single state. And you could gamble on whatever game, whatever parlay, whatever prop you want directly from your mobile device. That will happen. That doesn't change the fact that there are rules that he broke. I mean, shoot. Major League Baseball held out its greatest hitter ever from the Hall of Fame because he did what? He bet on his own games. So, I mean, that's the line you don't cross. I mean,
Yeah.
people a lot of people talked about the Iowa State and Iowa stuff. Yeah, they got kicked out and they got banned. And it was way less money than what Sorsby was betting.
Hmm. And just kind of to talk about just kind of how drastic it has come for sports gambling just within the last 10 years. Like I remember listening to the Morning Animals and them doing their locks for the week and being confused when they said like -7, minus whatever. And then having to learn about like I learned about spreads and kind of over-unders that way. And then it's no secret we both follow Barstool stuff. And so as I was getting older, probably like college freshman, whatnot, hearing more about kind of the over-unders and that sort of thing. And now it was kind of a niche. It was a niche market. It was a niche and it was really taboo. And oh, Mexico just scored. Let's go. Let's go.
Go.
Golonzo. Sorry, let's go. Gotta text my girlfriend though. I'm sure she's watching, but I'm gonna text her anyway. Um, and seeing how much now I'm gonna pick up my thought. Um, the just how much it's skyrocketed with heck, even like Polymarket and Kalshi and those brands, which can we make an agreement not to take a deal from
Like Chalamet.
those people? Yeah. Because I don't really want to make a deal with them for like a sponsorship or anything. I want to get out ahead of this.
Everybody has a price.
That's a good point. That's a good point. All right. Leaving it on the table.
Right,
But
right. No,
it's amazing just how much it's exploded. And now it's no longer a niche thing. It's like everyone's doing it. And it's kind of at the point where it's just like, hey, this is you remember why it was illegal in the first place. You know? You're like, yeah, wait a minute, this isn't good. Like this was fun as like a niche thing or whatever, and like maybe like 2 or 3 states were doing it. But now that the whole country's doing it, maybe this isn't the best idea.
what if it came out? What if it came out that when Lane Kiffin was before he got elevated to offensive coordinator at Alabama, when he was just like an analyst, that he was
Mhm.
betting on Alabama games? What if that came out right now? There would be outrage.
It would be, yeah. He fired
That's
from
what
LSU.
Sorsby did,
Yes.
essentially.
Yes.
So it to me, it was never a black and white, or it was always a black and white issue in terms of he broke the rules. All this
Yeah.
stuff with the NFL, I mean, I'm not going to belabor the point any further, but again, they are a private entity. They do not have to let you in.
Yeah. No, completely agreed. Now, let's say it was just like because there was like things that he'd bet like dollar bets on. Excuse me. Jeez. He would bet dollar bets on like Reds games that he'd go to. If it
That's
was
different.
not,
Yeah.
if it wasn't football, if it wasn't like college football related things, he's probably still in the league and maybe has, and maybe he's probably still at Texas Tech and maybe has like a 2 game suspension, right?
Right.
If
And
that,
th if that, I would say.
because
Now, if there's all the stuff, I mean, surely Texas Tech would have sent like made him go to some type of inpatient facility,
yeah,
treatment facility, if
yeah,
they saw the amount and recognized like, oh, this is a real issue. But I think, yeah, if he had never bet on a single college football game, I think that he would be playing the first game for Texas Tech.
okay, yeah. So it
And I think
definitely is
that's
just, yeah,
I don't and I think that's fine.
yes,
That's perfectly fine. Again, it's just it compromises the integrity when you are gambling and wagering on your own team's performance. You have an inside track, like it's just wrong.
hmm yeah.
And how do you know? Like, yeah, it just throws a monkey wrench into everything. And I'm glad that the NCAA and it sounds like other college institutions were like, this is the line you don't cross.
Yeah, it as much as the NCAA is kind of like a flopping fish right now, and it's kind of on its last breath. Although I feel like we've been saying that the NCAA is dying for the last 15 years and it's still here. Like they needed to put their foot down on something because they haven't put their foot down on anything with NIL, with anything, and it's caused a Wild West effect
And if you,
in
I
college
mean,
football. And if
did
they
you see
allowed
that?
this, then like there's no point.
Did you see that there's basically no such thing as red shirt anymore? They
I
came out
did
with, yeah, the
the
ruling that
5 year rule deal,
you just
right?
have
Because it's
five,
based
you
on
just have 5
age.
years in college. Yeah.
That's that's kind of crazy to me. I kind of hate that.
Well, I guess redshirt will still stay because it has to do with like scholarship numbers, but they've increased the amount of
Mm.
scholarships that you can have by so much that that's just not even a problem anymore.
Well, it makes sense. We get to see the players we were excited about in high school early, which I don't think really was that big of a problem. But
Yeah.
it's interesting. I think it basically, I think it's more just to keep out the 6 year stragglers, you know?
Yeah.
Still kind of, the seventh year guy is like, what are you
But
doing
that was
here?
only happening because of the COVID year. But
Yes. And
uh
we're kind of past that now. So eh,
well,
it's a weird rule. I'm okay with it,
yeah.
but I don't know.
But I don't have any more on the Sorsby thing. I think that's all we're going to hear of it. Because again, do you really want to sue the entity that you're trying to join?
Yeah, there's no way.
Is that a good idea?
Well, even if they do, it's gonna get dismissed.
Right.
There's no,
So
I don't think
I
there's
don't think
any
that he's
legal
going to
right.
do that. I think that he's just going to put his head down and, like I said, make himself a candidate for the
Yeah,
draft. And
absolutely.
he also gets to say like the Family Guy joke of like, well, it could be a boat because all the film that he has is from other
Cincinnati.
years. And so, like, what if he would have had a terrible year at Texas Tech and killed his draft stock?
Yeah,
I mean, we saw that with Nussmeier, we saw that with Aller, we saw that with a bunch of guys. Like it happens all the time. It happens every year.
Mexico scored again.
Dang, the Czechs, my
Bam,
people,
bam, bam, bam,
getting
bam, bam,
getting kicked.
bam. Viva.
Czechs getting kicked in the teeth.
Yeah,
But
it's a
yeah,
bad. It was a bad World Cup for them.
yeah, they're not great. Um, all right, now on to NBA
Let's.
draft or World Cup.
I think we should go with the World Cup. I mean, we were just talking about it.
Yeah. So I
Let's
mean,
kind of.
Messi,
He's so good, man.
Argentina, I think are probably the favorites still. France is very good.
Yeah.
Mbappe is the only thing with Mbappe is he doesn't play defense, but he's still top
So
three in the world, and he may not be three or two.
he's pretty much Luca. He's the soccer
Yeah,
version of Luka Doncic.
that's a good comparison. What about okay? So let's talk about a little bit about England. Um, England gets Ghana, who straight up parks the bus against them. They made that very clear. This is what we're doing. We're parking the bus, and it worked. And England draws 0-0 with Ghana. After the first England game, everybody's like, Tuchel's a genius. Look at how open and flowing they were. England's turned this page of they're going to be so great now. And then they go 0-0 against Ghana, and now they're going to have to play in their third game to try to win the group. So, thoughts on that? Harry Kane supposedly got bewitched by Ghana's foremost witch doctor, and he missed an insane shot
Oh
from
man,
point blank range.
I love the World Cup because of that. We're just bringing out the witch doctors. That's amazing.
Then the witch doctor came out and said, "Curse is lifted."
Yeah, I was gonna say he uncursed it. It's like, hey, you know what? I did my job. You guys are good to go.
Look,
That's
witch doctor said, "We're on to Cincinnati."
I must curse Croatia now. That's what's
I thought that was fair by the witch doctor to be like,
No,
"Hey,
I think you have to. I mean, look, we're this in this household, like Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light.
right."
I
I don't believe in any of that stuff, but
don't
if you
believe in
do
any of it
believe in
either.
that stuff, then you have to be like, well, he was pretty courteous.
No, it would have been something if they won. They
Right.
tied it, so you're kind of like, okay.
With their backup goalie.
The element of yeah, on it, yeah. But no, I mean Ghana's a good team. I feel like Ghana's a pretty solid team. And this is what we were dubbing kind of the group of death in a
Could win the
way.
group. Yeah.
Um, man,
Your
I think England's
Croats.
fine.
Your
We talked about
Croats.
Spain. We were worried about Spain after the Cabo Verde
Well,
tie. But Cabo Verde, they tied Uruguay too.
right. No, no. Spain needed Lamine Yamal. Now,
Yeah.
that's just kind of like they have unlimited good players, but he did
Mhm.
kind of unlock them. And who knows why he didn't start in the first game. Discipline issues, wouldn't be surprised. But I still think Spain is a serious threat to win it all. Norway's looked really good. Norway plays France on Friday. That should be a great game to decide that group.
Going to be must
Uh,
watch, absolutely.
yeah, labeling that must watch. It was pretty awesome to see the day where multiple stars each got a brace. Argentina and Messi, Norway and Haaland, Portugal and Ronaldo washed Ronaldo, but he did get a
You
brace.
got
He
two.
got it the next day. He got it the
Yeah.
next day. Who else got two goals that day?
Did Kane? Oh no, not Kane got it in
Definitely
against
not Kane.
Croatia. No, he got it against Croatia, didn't he? He got two.
Yeah, he had a penalty
Okay.
and then he had a goal go in. But just back to that, how does that ball not go in that Ghana England game? Off the crossbar, inches away from the line, and then Harry Kane. I mean, let's be honest. I could have put that in the back of the net. Like he was 5 feet away, and he sails it. That's like in FIFA when you accidentally like hit the shot bar all the way down when you just needed to tap it. Brutal. Brutal for the three
Brutal.
Lions. Uh
They got
tough,
who they got?
tough,
They got Panama.
tough in it.
So
Yeah.
they'll
Panama.
Mm.
Uh
Panama. They'll probably win that group. Um,
because Ghana then
or
plays
yeah,
Croatia.
Ghana plays Croatia, and even if they both win, Ghana would have to win by three, and England
Yeah.
would have to if they both won.
So
So I mean, I think they still both get in. Croatia, because I think Croatia probably wins against Ghana,
oh,
maybe.
we should talk about Netherlands.
Oh, Netherlands, man.
That
They
was
dominated
that
Sweden, tied with Japan. They are partying all over the country. They're going to be in Kansas City tomorrow.
hmm
Yes, against Team Tanzania. They're going to go. They go left, and they're gonna go right. And it's gonna be a freaking party. I wouldn't be surprised if the Orange Buds came through Tulsa or Oklahoma City on the way up here, or up
Hmm.
up to Kansas City. But yeah, they look like a wagon too.
Yeah, they are. That was my team before the tournament, is my dark horse. They looked great in that game. Disappointments of the tournament so far, I have a top three: Belgium,
Hmm.
Uruguay, and Senegal. Even though Senegal was in a very tough group, um, Senegal, they may still advance, but they go down to France and to Norway in that group. So the African champions um, may not move on. I would say those three have been the most disappointing.
I feel like we have failed to mention Morocco and Egypt. Both of them had really solid groups. Morocco got 7 points.
Yep.
We're in the semifinal. They tied with Brazil, and
Morocco's a very good team.
very good
I
team.
mean, they finished, they were in the top four at the last World Cup. They
Yeah,
finished fourth.
their goal differential was a difference of three.
We're not going to talk about their guy and his trial.
Oh, oh no, I forgot about that. Egypt has done really well. I think that was the first World Cup game they won. They beat New Zealand 3-1. They drew with
Salah,
Belgium.
Mo Salah
Mo Salah. Welcome to Mo Salah's. Um,
had an awful season for Liverpool, but he's looked good in the World Cup.
Belgium, I don't know what's going on with them. We just mentioned it. We're waiting for them to do something, and they haven't done it yet. They've just drawn twice.
One of their players left to go
What?
to the birth of his kid, but still, it's like this is a
Oh,
world. That's a tough
yeah.
situation. That's a tough situation. But it's kind of like before you go, it's like, hey,
Yeah, like, guys.
I mean, can you wait till after the game? But yeah,
When he left in the middle of the game?
no, before
Uh,
the game.
I mean, look, it's your kid,
It's a
man.
tough situation. It's a tough situation. You want to be there for your wife. You want to be there for her.
Algeria,
But this is also the
Austria.
World Cup. This is the
Oh,
biggest tournament in
mm-hmm.
soccer. You have made the squad for your team. You are a favorite in this tournament, and you're a starter. But I'm not a father, not married, so
Algeria, Austria is looking really good. Like, there's some good storylines going into the
Algeria
final
with
couple
Mahrez,
of days.
good team.
Yeah. Rock Chalk Algeria. I'm gonna say it again. That's so fun to say. I'm hoping Scotland continues on. They lost 3-0 today to Brazil. VV Jr. Pretty good at soccer.
Vinny, yep, Vinny
Some
is
great
is
analysis by me there. I'll
he's a top five player in the world.
And the US is looking good.
Him and Mbappe play together at Real
Even
Madrid
about
with Bellingham.
wow.
And
Soccer
also
just
they have a
has a
guy
bunch of super teams, huh?
and they have a guy named Rodrigo who's hurt right now that would be on Brazil, who's also amazing.
Wow. All at Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, and they're not even the best team. It's Paris Saint-Germain. They've won 2 years in a row. The
Wasn't Mbappe
Champions League.
at Paris Saint-Germain? Why did he leave?
He left, and they've won the Champions League 2 years in a row after he left.
Wow. That
Against one year was against Real Madrid. Last year was
hmm
against Real
Real
Madrid.
Madrid. And this year was against Arsenal. I saw a little bit of
Yeah.
that. Uh
Paris
yep.
Saint-Germain's attacking front is amazing too, with Dembele and those guys. But
What throws me off every time with European soccer is that there's like the
aggregates.
the aggregates make sense to me. Although I think
But it's
it just
dumb. The
no,
only
because it's
time
like they get a home game and then an away game. But then at that point, why not just do a best of three? But whatever.
it's just
Um,
like it's like this is not.
yeah,
There's another game after this. I
it's a
always thought
game
that,
within the game, you
except for the
know?
championship. But
Yeah, game within the game. Playing, you're playing two games. Yeah, the aggregate. The aggregate sounds like a great '80s heel wrestler.
Just
Just
don't have an aggregate. Just like this is you either win or you lose.
I'm gonna take down the aggregate. Yeah. Remind me to do another. We got to find what was it?
Who does Japan play
Japan
tomorrow?
plays Sweden. That's tomorrow, 6 p.m. or today. As of this recording, 25th.
Right. When it
Japan
comes
plays
out.
Sweden. That's gonna be a great game. Sweden has lost one. Which Sweden are we going to get? Are we going to get the 5-1 Sweden that beat Tunisia, or are we going to get the team that lost 1-5? Japan
Sweden is a
has
very average team. I think who knows? Who knows what we'll get? Ecuador, Germany. Tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow's a big day. We've got
mhm.
Ecuador, Germany, Japan,
Mhm.
Sweden, Paraguay, Australia to determine who gets third, probably in the
Well, second and
US's.
third.
Yeah, second and third, and then Turkey and USA. We'll see if the US plays their starters. I think they will. I don't think they'll play Pulisic, but I do think
The
that they will play their starters in the late game against the Turks.
Pulisic is ready to go. But
Do you
obviously that doesn't
risk
mean he'll
it? Do you
play.
risk it that they've
No,
already
I
won
don't
the
think I'd.
group?
I wouldn't risk it for this game, but I think you have him maybe play 15 minutes or something, get his feet
Yeah,
wet.
start him.
You
Have
well, no, no,
everybody.
no, no. I'd say put him in the last like 70 to 70 minute to
Oh,
90 minute
yeah,
mark.
I'm down for that.
Put him at the
Just
end. Oh, are they gonna put in the 40-year-old goalie from Mexico? There's like a
Ochoa, a legend.
they need to put in Ochoa. He's like warming up. Put him in. You're at 2-0. He was supposed to start, and then they like changed it.
Boo. Put him out there.
Put him
Put
out there. We got
Ochoa
to
out.
put out Ochoa.
Ochoa's a legend.
Legend. Six. It would be his sixth World Cup too.
So
Come on,
he ties like Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, Messi. That might be it. Because there's not a lot of six World Cup guys.
No, there's Modric, Luka Modric. I think has been in six. Anyway, that's all I have for the World Cup. We're winding down in the group stage. Sunday is the first knockout game it's undecided who it's going to be, and I will not be able to watch that, but I will be keeping up on my phone.
Yeah, no, it's going to be the knockout stage is where it gets fun. It's where it gets kind of more intense. Group stage, you're kind of just relaxing a little bit.
Right now, it looks like the US's path to the semifinals could be on paper pretty easy right now.
Yes. It looks like they'll take on Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Which that's not a bad team. That's certainly
Uh,
a team you got to show up against, but I mean,
mhm.
you're not running into a Morocco. Like France gets Germany in the first round.
No,
We're
that'd be the
gonna get
semifinal. Um, According to the BBC network,
for a time it was France Germany in the round of 16, so that much has shifted.
no, no, that's what it was, the round of 16. Because
Oh,
the
okay.
the round of 32 is Germany and Paraguay, and then France and Sweden right now,
Okay.
according to the
Round of
British
16, we are
Broadcasting
looking at
Corporation.
France Germany.
Yeah,
Round 1 zillion between those teams. In
Netherlands.
every sense.
Netherlands could have an easy path to the quarterfinals. I say that they got to take on Morocco.
That's not easy then.
That's not no.
Morocco is very good, and their striker, whose name is hard to say, like Saudidi, I think, he is
Hmm.
making a name for himself, and he will probably be a highly coveted player. That's what's so cool about the World Cup is there will be these guys that pop off, and then like all of a sudden they end up at these top teams in Europe. It happens every time.
Well, do you want to know what one of the quarterfinals is slated to be right now
Hit me.
for that Netherlands Morocco, that other quarterfinal or that other matchup? South Africa and Canada.
Oof. That's
Mm.
not great.
As
Shout
it
out to
stands
Canada,
right,
host nation.
do what?
Shout out to Canada, host nation. I
Host
mean,
nation
they
lost
used
to
to be
Switzerland.
they used to be hockey country. Now they're not
We took that
anymore.
from them.
But they are not embarrassing themselves in this World
Yeah.
Cup.
As it stands right now, the matchup would be United States and Bosnia Herzegovina. Oh, they're putting in Ochoa. He's going out
Woo!
there. Ochoa, yes. And it'd be Egypt, South Korea, and the other 32 matchup for the United States. So
Okay, that's not terrible.
Mo Salah versus the U.S.
What's funny
Pretty
is
pretty fun.
so uh a lot of people say that Pulisic is kind of similar to Mo Salah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
Mo Salah, African Messi.
huge.
That will be interesting. South Korea is no slouch though for the Egyptians.
No, not at all.
Son would love to see Son play against
Here he comes. Ochoa.
Ochoa. All right, let's get
Ochoa.
to our last big thing, which is the NBA
Wait,
draft.
wait.
Do we want?
As it stands right now, Mexico would take on Scotland and England would take on Cape Verde. That'd be one. So we could get a Mexico England quarterfinal.
Oh, that
But
would be sick.
A Mexico Scotland round of 32 game?
Wow, the Tartan Army versus uh,
La Chona.
L3. Yeah,
Yes. That'd be awesome. There he is. Going out there. Ochoa. Sixth FIFA World Cup. He's appeared in last
that's
four.
awesome.
Wait a minute. He skipped it. Did he skip one? So
Or he just was on the team. He didn't actually play.
do that. Oh, maybe.
Uh,
Sorry that I'm just now locking
no,
in on
you're good.
soccer.
NBA draft.
NBA
Do we want to
draft.
talk about just in general and then talk about Thunder as a separate segment? Let's do that.
Go for it.
AJ DeBonsa, a player that you and I saw in person in
Yep.
Stillwater in a game where BYU lost to Oklahoma State,
Yeah.
but he
Great
dominated
game.
in that game. And yeah, after that game, we were like, oh, yeah, he should probably be the first pick because he looks a lot different than all those other guys. And he ends up going number one. He's the Wizards' second number one draft pick in franchise history after a third. Did they have
Bird.
who was three? Who was the other one?
Kwame Brown.
How could I forget? How could I forget Kwame Brown? Along
He's a
with
bona
John,
fide scrub. He can't play.
along with John Wall, and I think that he brings a real rejuvenation to the Wizards because they, even though they just paid an exorbitantly high amount for Trey Young, way too much money.
That's a
Trey
lot.
Young does not need to does not need to be making $53 million a year, but he is. So you've got Trey Young along with DeBonsa, along with former number two pick Zachary Risacher. Is that his name? Or was that the guy that was number
Uh,
one?
Alex Sarr.
Out the other guy. They were
Yeah.
one and two.
Yeah.
Alex Sarr and Kuzma. No, Kuzma's on the Bucks. Whom I'm my brain is
Anthony
we're
Davis.
losing. We're losing. We're losing. Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
And then the other guard is kind of up in the air. Um, but that's all of a sudden a team that can maybe make the playoffs in the East. All of a sudden,
Yeah. Well, I think even if they, well, I think Devonta helps. I think right now they could be a top six team in the East.
yeah. So that I mean that's
Maybe,
better than nothing. You go from
maybe top
lottery to
four.
playoffs, lottery to
Maybe top
playoffs,
four. Yeah.
winning the lottery to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
No, I love Devonta.
in the last lottery where if you have the worst, like now it's all screwed up to where if you have the worst record, you don't get the highest chance anymore. And so now people are trying to be like mediocre. Anyway, it's a mess. But I think all three of the top picks get an A plus. Jazz get Darren Peterson at two. Memphis Grizzlies get uh, Cameron Boozer at three. Peterson has the highest upside in the draft, probably, I would
Mm-hmm.
say. He could be, I mean, he could enter the NBA next season and be a 20 point a game guy.
Yeah.
That's his floor. And so he all the question marks about his health, about what was really going on at Kansas will be answered in year one with the
Yeah.
Jazz. So
And
we're
and
gonna
pairing him
see.
up with Jaren Jackson Jr., like the Jazz have a squad of their own.
Well, so they've got Keontae George and him, which are similar now in the backcourt. They're gonna have to figure out kind of how to work that out. Both are like score first guys, along with Markkinen, Jackson, and Ace Bailey. But that's a really solid starting five. And I think that the Jazz are all of a sudden saying, okay, yeah, we can definitely make the play in with the team that we have constructed.
Yeah, no, from the la worst team in the West to possibly playing, I think would be huge. And who knows what happens elsewhere in the conference. It's going to be a whole that's going to be a whole mess. Cameron Boozer, I might be a little low on him. Can I tell you why?
Well, I feel like before you get to that, I think some people's it had started to gain momentum that he was the best player in the draft. And so for the Grizzlies to get him at 3 is a complete steal. They were awful this season. They get the third pick, and you get a guy that could. We're looking at in 5 years. We're like Cam Boozer. He's been an All Star 3 times.
Well, I'm going to tell you why I may not be super high on him. Do you know what number he's going to wear?
No,
27.
interesting.
Does 27 feels like a bust number to me in
Jamal Murray.
basketball.
Jamal Murray though.
Ah, you're right. I don't know. Some fell off about that for a rookie to go and get 27. I don't
I
know. I
what
can't
what was
explain
his
it.
number at Duke?
What is his number, Duke?
What
I
was
thought it was like
Carlos
single
Boozer's?
digits.
Was Boozer's number
Boozer wore like 5.
interesting?
Carlos Boozer.
His dad. So
I'm looking up his Duke
I,
number now.
a lot of stuff about Boozer is that he's the smartest player in the draft. Like he just wowed everybody with his interviews and how his knowledge of the game. And he probably has the lowest floor, or sorry, the highest floor of any of the top prospects. Like he is dominated everywhere he's been and only makes the team around him better.
He wore number 12 at Duke.
Interesting.
Obviously, he can't work as a jaw, but
Yeah.
27?
Well, they're trying to trade Jaw. I think they're putting out we want to get rid of Jaw, and the rest of the NBA is like, no, we
I
don't
feel like they've
want
been
him
trying to do that for
either.
a couple of years.
We do not want him either. So
Let me make sure. I want to make sure that's correct. Okay. Uh,
any other thoughts
yeah,
on the
no,
top
it's the
three?
NBA numberologist. So, yeah.
Is this
He's-
the best? This could be the best top three we've had in a while. And I can see all three of those guys becoming really, really good NBA players.
I, yeah, I definitely think, well, heck, I'll throw in Caleb Wilson. You were high on Caleb Wilson. I love the fact that he's going to be with the Bulls. I think that's a great pickup. I think any of those 4 picks can be something good. Math logic or just something says like one of them will turn out to be a bust. But in all honesty, like I don't like all 4 of those guys feel like really good studs to me.
Um, so Peterson and Boozer were their number one and two, or sorry, DeBonsa and Peterson were the number one and two guys in college. Boozer was number three. And so like that's how they were in high school. That's how they stack up in the draft. Um, Wilson, like I mean, he has a really high floor too because he's gonna be he has one of the highest motors in the draft. And so he enters that Bulls team that's looking at a completely different philosophy, the slap philosophy. I think he's going to be an instant impact player for them as well. And they also
Yeah.
drafted a guy from Texas, Delane, I think is his name.
Oh, the Bulls?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know who
who's
you're talking
really
about. Yeah.
that though is a lot of people are saying was a bad pick because he's a lot like Giddy,
They have him
basically a
listed as a small forward, so I don't.
basically a more athletic Giddy.
Well,
Dalen Swain.
what a name. Now,
He's 6'8" and just a playmaker. So
Do
if
we
you
want to talk
got
about Acuff? Because I'm a
yeah,
little
so let's
worried now
keep
that
going
he's
down the
with.
list.
I'm a little worried.
Keaton Wagler to the Clippers. Clippers, you're playing with house money here. You didn't think in the world that you would get this pick, but it falls outside of the top four from the Pacers, and all of a sudden you have it. Keaton Wagler is a guy that was an absolute no name coming out of high school. He grew like 6 inches and became a the number one scorer on a really good Illinois team this past year.
Shout out
He's
Shawnee, Kansas.
he's an incredible shooter off the pick and roll, and he had 46 points against Purdue. Um, that's a big game,
Yeah.
and who knows what the Clippers are going to do? But I think
Probably
that's the
trade him
guy.
year one.
That's the guy that you go for if you're in that spot. Michael Brown, kind of an interesting pick here. Streaky scorer. When they asked him who he wants to be, he like who what comparison, he literally said Anthony Simons. Not what you want to hear.
No. Did he
Um,
said that?
yeah, he said that. And
I didn't
so
hear about that. What?
in an interview, so tough. I will say, so he played like with the like U18 squads with DeBonsa, with Peterson, with all these guys, and he was the best player in the FIBA U18. So he's really streaky. He has a big range, but you never know. He also had some injury issues in college. Acuff, our guy. For the first
Anthony
time in a long
Simons.
time, the Kings made a great pick. This
Yeah.
guy's going to be an instant impact player. People were comparing him to AI coming into this draft. He goes seventh. He shot 44% from three in college, 51% from three off of the pick and roll. He's a knockdown shooter. He can give you 20 any night, anytime, any place. I think Acuff is electric. And does he play defense? No, he's not great at it. He's kind of small frame though, and he can learn. Um, so,
Sacramento wasn't exactly known for their defense last year, so I don't think that part really
but
matters.
so if you want to go with Wizards, Grizzlies, and Kings, these are teams that have perennially been in the lottery bottom feeders in the NBA. They get three really good players that
Hmm.
can maybe turn around their franchise into Bonsa, Boozer, and Acuff. So win-wins all around.
Yeah. No,
Kingston
no,
Flemings goes to Houston in the pick that should have been the Pelicans.
Hawks. He went to the Hawks.
The Hawks that should have been the Pelicans in the inexplicable trade last year where the Pelicans traded their unprotected first round pick for the next season
For Derek Queen.
for Derek Queen. So the question
Now,
is, would you rather have Derek Queen or Kingston Flemings?
depends on where you need help at. If I'm in need of a point guard, I'm happy with Flemings. If I needed a big man, I'd be happy with Queen.
Derek Queen had a great season.
Yeah, jury's still out.
So, I mean, everybody made fun of Joe Dumars for this trade, and they should have. It's
It
ridiculous to give up an unprotected first round pick for Derek Queen to move up two spots or whatever they moved up to get him.
yeah.
But
Derek Queen pretty solid though.
Kingston Fleming's solid.
Yeah.
A great, maybe the fastest player in the draft, along with LeBaron Philon, with the dribble. He will yam it on your head. We saw it at Houston time after time. He plays small, but he's bigger than he looks. He can shoot. He can fill it up. I think that's a great pickup for the Hawks, who've been searching for a point guard really since they got rid of Trey Young.
So
Bo Johnson goes to the Dallas. What do you want to make of this? I think Dusty May just gets hired for the Mavericks as their head coach. He had the pick between his
mhm.
three guys, and he picked Mo Johnson. Is that something? Or, I mean, if they would have picked Mare or Mara, that would have made no sense. The Mavericks have a ton of big men on their roster. They're trying to move Daniel Gafford, so it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to get Mara. But between Yaxel and Morez, they go with Big Mo.
I mean, it's what the coach wanted. Who knows? Now, can we talk about Dusty Mays? Well, also him going to the Mavericks, wild. First coach to do this, to jump to the NBA, right after
One season.
he one season. Uh, First person to do this since John Beelan with Michigan,
Yeah.
and the interim head coach is Mike Boynton.
Yeah, good for him.
Good for him, but oh
Kind of
wow.
failed upward, but good for him. He's at least made himself relationships within that Michigan athletic department to get this opportunity. I think that's just kind of to keep the roster together, which is a top five roster in college basketball next season. So, um, yeah, certainly interesting. It sounds like they had to make Shire say no. They were kind of doing a full court press on John
Yeah,
Shire to come coach the Mavericks, and he said no, and so they went with
said,
Dusty May.
get Dusty
I like
May.
Mo Johnson. He has the highest motor in the class. He's relentless defensively. Offensively, his upside is not as high as others, but he's just going to be a guy that can switch onto every position. He's going to get you rebounds. He's going to get you alley oops. He makes your team better.
So you were really high on Yaxel. You wanted Yaxel to be in
Yeah,
Oklahoma
we'll
City.
get to that. We'll get
I would
to
say I don't know much about Brandon Burries, although he was on Arizona. I was
Braden
hyping up
Burries.
Arizona.
I
He's
think
solid.
was one of the best players in this draft class, but he goes to a terrible Bucks team who just traded Giannis. We didn't talk about that. Giannis
Oh
goes to the Heat.
shoot.
Giannis goes to the
Yeah.
Heat, and I mean, we've anticipated that. That's been in anticipation for a while now, whether it was going to be Celtics or the Heat. He goes to the Heat. The Bucks get back. Uh, not a lot of guys. Tyler Hero, the guy they drafted last year from Illinois, Jaime Jaquez Jr., and a bunch of picks. But Giannis is one of the top 15 players, maybe in NBA history. And you just kind of got like the guys around Bam that weren't that great. So, um, kind of confusing trade there. I mean, obviously Giannis wanted out. If I was the
Hmm.
Bucks, why do you not? If the Celtics offered Jalen Brown like a 1 for 1, why do you not take that? You at least get a superstar.
Yeah. Well, they wanted to get Baylor Shireman, and Boston said no.
I, it, yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Honest, I think it's. I will say, I think it's better for the NBA that Giannis is in Miami. I think
I agree.
if he went to Boston, I think I just would have been mad. Now that he's in Miami, it's like, okay, we got another kind of contender.
But look
And
at their roster, and they said people were like, well, they're going to re-sign Norman Powell. Then they're like, no, we're not. We don't have enough money. So their roster all of a sudden, I mean, yes, you have Bam and Giannis,
mhm.
which is a solid
Well,
duo.
what's going to happen is they're probably going to sign guys at vet minimums that maybe ring chasing. Maybe they could sell. I mean, you could sell. Pat Riley could sell. Like, hey, look what we did as an 8 seed with Jimmy Butler. Imagine what we could do with Giannis and Bam
Hmm.
terrorizing the paint.
Yeah, no, heat culture is a real thing, and I do
Yeah,
think there will be lots of guys go there on vet
they could
minimums.
they could absolutely sell that.
So
And like maybe I mean, who knows with Norman Powell? Maybe get a haul for Norman Powell. We'll see.
yeah,
Um,
so
I'm sure they're going to count on that to get a pretty big haul out of Norman Powell. And they have
Braden
Andrew
Burries,
Wiggins. They still have
yeah,
Andrew Wiggins.
Wiggins, their front court is, I mean, that's up there with the best in the league with
Hmm.
Wiggins, Giannis, and Bam. But can you get guys that can shoot? Can you get guards that can? I mean, like you're playing against the Knicks, you're playing against the Celtics, you're playing against if you make it to the finals, Wimby. Like that's what you have to be thinking about. And I just don't think that he, even with Giannis, will be good enough to make it to the finals. But what do I know? Braden Burries, though, is a really good two-way player, but he's just going to a Bucks team that's just doesn't have any identity, and he's just going to have to fight with a bunch of guys for shots that are all trying to make themselves known so they can get out of Dodge, essentially. It's just not a great landing spot. If he would have landed with the Warriors, he would have, at the next pick, he would have been a star, I think, truly. But at the Bucks, you never know. Yaxel goes to the Warriors, and he's going to be a stud. He's going to learn from Draymond and ideally just kind of be his sponge. And he's so similar to Draymond. We've been comparing him to Draymond for a long time. He's another guy that's just super defensively versatile. The only problem is he'll be 24 when the season starts. And I guess he didn't have great interviews as to questions about like why should we draft you. I guess he didn't have a lot of great answers to that, but he can shoot, he can make free throws, and he's just a winner.
Yeah, absolutely. And he'll learn under Draymond. So I I feel like the Warriors need to prepare for life after Curry because it's happening. And Curry's not getting any younger. I think they need to prepare for the next move. You found your Draymond replacement. Now you got to find your Curry replacement. And I don't know. I feel like there's some concern with the Warriors there because Curry, I think, is like 38.
Yeah,
Like nothing about the Warriors. Like they got Yaxel, but like I'm not moved by them at all. They're an afterthought to me.
I still think that they'll be good enough for a play in if Jimmy Butler's healthy.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's all they are though now. Like the
oh yeah, one last
I'm
ride though.
surprised they're still like holding on and fighting. Like I thought they would
One
have like
last ride.
retooled and rebuilt.
Well, Steve Kerr, everybody thought he was going to retire, and
Yeah.
he signed on for 2 more years. So that's probably like as long as Curry's here, I'm here.
That's probably it because there's going to be a long rebuild, I think.
So I think that's a great pickup though for the Warriors,
Yeah.
because he's
I'm
going to play
very
right away.
happy.
He's going to play
Yeah.
right away. Then we get to the
I'm
Thunder.
very happy with the Thunder's draft.
Thunder draft Ade Mera from Spain
Yes.
and Michigan. Um, he there was all these rumors that the Thunder were going to have to trade up to get him. They stay right where they're at 12, and they pick him up. Originally, let's talk this out.
Okay.
I
You
would
really
say
wanted
that
Yaxel, so tell me your thought process.
the Thunder don't have any wings outside of J-Dub. Like we don't have 3-and-D guys. And
Well,
they didn't
Joe.
address that in this draft. Now, you could argue like, well, were there 3-and-D guys that Presti was interested in? Maybe not. There was all these rumors that he was interested in Nate Ament. I'm very happy that they did not draft him.
I did you see the draft photos that he was in there and he was just like,
Yeah. He seems kind of corny.
yeah, good luck with that, Miami.
Um
Or
no,
Milwaukee. No,
he went to the
Miami.
Bucks.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, because that means Burris went to no, he did not.
Bucks had 2 first-round picks because of the honest trade. Two
They
lottery
did.
picks because of the trade.
Yes.
Um I would say that I'm more high on Mara though than Sturts. And here's why.
Yeah.
He's an absolute unit. Comes in for tied for the largest standing reach in the NBA at 9 foot 9 inches. He he's versatile on the offensive side with his posts. Like he's shifty down low and he's an incredible passer from the post position. He's different than what the Thunder do right now. And so my thing is like, okay, well, so when they bring him in, it's just going to be like, we're going to play completely different while he's in. We're going to run it through a post, which the Thunder do not do. And I think that's interesting. I think the Thunder are smart enough as a basketball team, and Dagnall is a smart enough coach to be able to basically just like change up the flow. Maybe that's what they need is like, okay, we are just a slashing bowling ball for 90, like for 80% of the time. And then as a changeup pitcher, we're going to bring this Mara guy in and run it through him with all these shooters like McCain and Caruso and Mitchell and Wallace. And I mean, that's what he's so good at is like finding the open guy. So that could be interesting. I just don't I'm interested to see how they implement him. And then of course defensively, he's going to be a guy that you can just throw at Wimby. And that's something you can do next season. I mean, he may not develop offensively as this focal point guy that I'm talking about for a while, but at the very least, he's 6 fouls to throw at Wimby in a series. He's a big body to throw at him. So we'll take that. I think he's more than that, though. I think he's very smart. I guess there was some conditioning issues, but he addressed some of that at Michigan, and he's only going to get better. The Thunder are incredible at that kind of stuff. So the Thunder just kind of like take everybody and elevate them generally if they're healthy and they're willing to buy in. So I think Mara could end up being, I mean, we said his ceiling might be Mark Gasol, which would be incredible.
I'll gladly take a Marcus Hall. Now, I want to ask you this. Do the Thunder, because I feel like the Thunder can turn not really wing guys into wing guys. I mean, I could maybe say Dort is a wing guy, right?
I mean,
He
he's
may
like
be a
six
small
four.
one, but
We just don't we have all these guys that are like 6'4",
mhm.
and then it goes to J-Dub.
Yeah. So maybe that's something that they address in free agency or so, if they can. Who knows? But I also think maybe an option is maybe Jay Will becomes kind of a wing in spots. Because I think what the Thunder could do is that they could maybe work it to where, you know, your second wing guy is could be a Kaysen or could be Jay Will at times. And you kind of go back and forth between the two because now you can have like a three big lineup with Hartenstein, Chet, Jay Will, or Mara, like a combination of those two.
Hmm.
So
I mean, yeah, I
I
think
love the pick. I think it's what the Thunder needed.
I
He's going to
like
primarily be a Wimby stopper. So I think that's what they needed.
I like the pick. Would have loved Yaks. That's my take on that. I think Yaks fits into this team seamlessly, and a lineup of Mitchell, Wallace, Caruso, Yaks, and Jay Will, I think would have just terrorized teams. But the thing with Mara is like I just don't know how the Thunder are going to use him. And I think that they will use him amazingly. I can't see it right now. The only
Yeah,
thing that I see him contributing right now is just a big body in the playoffs to go against Wimby.
I mean, that's what beat him. That's what beat him this year.
I agree. So that's great. In
So
that regard, that's
that they
great. I
solved the
mean,
problem. That was the problem. Like stop Wimby.
and
There we
and
go.
and from now on, and now it's kind of like, okay, which one develops Mara or Sorber to be the guy that takes over after Hart is gone? Great.
And worst comes to worst, you trade the other one and get assets that way. He,
True. I mean, that's probably what's going to happen between Topic and Sturts.
yeah, I honestly, I think Sertz I like Sertz. I think he might have been a throwaway pick. Like, I think they were
I
trying.
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I think Sturts. It would be sick if the Thunder got a cold white boy. I mean, we have Caruso,
You
but
want another cold white boy?
he is a guy that is another person, along with Boozer, as like this is the smartest guy in the draft, and he is
Yeah.
just dominated at every level. He's an absolute knockdown shooter, and that's what the Thunder need. I just think that, yeah, no, I if you were asking him to be a facilitator, which is what he was at Iowa,
Mhm.
that might be a problem.
So
I think that
he,
he's going to be as hard working of a defender as he can be with a limited ability, a limited ceiling defensive wise. But if he is just like basically kind of like another McCain, I'll take that.
yeah, he began his career at Division II Northeastern State in the same conference as the University of Central Oklahoma Broncos. Roll shows. I think I saw him play a game in Northwest Missouri State.
He
Maybe
played every minute for Iowa. He had the most minutes in the NCAA last year.
Coach well under Ben McCollum.
He's an
His pro
Iron Man.
comparison, according to CBS, is Thunder legend Ty Jerome. I mean, I'll
Now
take
wait
it.
a second, I'll take that because Ty Jerome in Cleveland is a stud.
Yeah, no. He's great. I just want to say Thunder legend Ty Jerome.
He's what got us Chet. Shout out.
Chet, chet,
He
chet, chet,
he
chet, chet,
was
chet, chet,
he
chet, chet, chet,
was
chet.
running that he was running those tank teams.
It was. Richie Saunders, unfortunately, goes to Memphis. We were kind of hoping he would fall to 37. The Thunder got Otega Owe as well, 6'4" shooting guard.
Oh, he's a
I
dog from Kentucky.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, 6'4". You think you can put him at the wing?
He's the
Your
guy who
wing
made
guys are
the
probably
he's the
six
guy who
six
made
to
the
six
bank
eight.
shot. He's the guy who made the bank shot buzzer beater in the tournament for Kentucky.
Oh, what game was that? What game was that?
I don't remember. It was the 8-9 game against somebody. Santa Clara?
Oh, the half court.
Santa
Oh
Clara.
shoot! Nice.
Yeah. It was just to tie it. It just went to overtime, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I remember that one because I was like, yo. That's awesome. All right. Perfect. I think the Thunder. Oh, and the Thunder have just signed. This was 28 minutes ago. Two-way deal with undrafted Creighton guard Josh Dix.
Filling out our summer league roster.
That'd be a cold jersey. Be a cold jersey.
But yeah, so Sturts, I think I'm happy with that pick. It's obvious that they wanted him because they technically traded up one spot to get him from the 17th pick. So I definitely don't
Yeah.
think that he's a throwaway.
No, he's not. I just don't. I don't know what his role is at the moment. It maybe becomes clear by, by the season. But there's just a lot of moving parts right now, and we head into free agency. Like, who knows what happens there? If there's a couple signing trades, like it just feels like because he's a guard, like we have a bunch of guards. The Thunder have a bunch of guards. What do we
That's
do
what I'm
now?
saying. That's what I'm saying. But if you're looking down the list at like who do they draft, as a wing, I don't know. Do you take a
Yeah.
chance on like Cameron Carr? He's still kind of a guard. Um,
It wasn't a very you needed like a Trevor Ariza type, and I don't know if there's a lot of Trevor Ariza types.
yeah, other than Wagler, but I mean he
Yeah.
went a lot higher. So uh, I'm happy with the Thunder draft. I would give him an
Yes.
A. I would give him an A.
Yeah, I would too. Trust
I
Presti.
just I trust Presti, and if he wanted Yaks, he would have traded up for him. So they
Yeah.
just uh, that just wasn't what Presti wanted. I think Mara is who he wanted number one, and Sturts was just a luxury pick. Now let's just quickly look at the Thunder. If we want to talk about other picks who I think did well, it's the Spurs. I mean,
Yeah.
Quaytance, if he's healthy, which it sounds like he's already going to have another surgery, so he may not even play next year. But if he is healthy, he is a demon. And so if he's the guy that comes in after when Wimby sits, dang, because he is just going to block every shot. But whatever. Spurs, rich get richer for the Thunder and for San Antonio.
Yeah, it's gonna
I
be an
think
arms race between those two teams.
Phylon to Philly is interesting. The fastest backcourt in the NBA just got faster. Phylon slips a little bit in the draft. He's going to have a chip on his shoulder. He could be a guy just like Maxi that is just really good in Philly. So that's something to watch for. But let's
We
look
have
at the
not had
Thunder's.
we did not have the chance to talk about Aaron Wiggins. A moment of silence for Aaron Wiggins. He's traded to the Hawks.
Thank you, Andrew Wiggins,
Thank you for saving basketball, White.
and for having the amazing championship speech. That was awesome.
Never gonna
So,
forget. That was such a beautiful speech. I
who did he
think
go to?
now
The Raptors?
Hawks.
Hawks. Tell you what, the Hawks are salty.
Hawks are salty. I feel like Wiggins could maybe win a six man of the year there.
Like
Maybe.
Flemings, they've got Johnson, they've got dudes. Like
They got McCollum.
they may challenge as one of the top teams in, especially for two second round picks for a guy that
Yeah.
can be six man of the year. That's a shout out to the Hawks.
They were the
Uh,
toughest task for the Knicks.
yeah, they were. So Thunder roster as currently constructed. You've got your starting five. I
Hmm.
think Hart stays for
Yeah, I
sure.
think Hart stays. I think they may be shopping Isaiah Joe and
So then you've got your next
maybe
five
Dort.
of Mitchell, Wallace, Caruso, J. Will. They're staying no matter what.
Yeah.
You've got Isaiah
McCain's
Joe,
probably
who's
in there.
probably and McCain.
Yeah.
That next five is staying. Then you've got the rookies Sorber and Topic,
Yeah.
Sturts and Mara. That's 14. And then Joe, what do you decide to do with?
I think It feels like he's the odd man out, and it feels like he's gonna get shipped somewhere. I don't know what they do with Dort. I still don't know what they do with him yet because I think he's definitely gonna have to take. He's gonna be on like a minutes limit for sure. But I don't know what you do with those two, and I don't know if you can get anything back for them just because we don't have. I mean, they don't have the roster spots.
Right. I don't know what they do either with Dort. Maybe they just hold on to him. I do think Joe gets moved for a second round pick or something. And then maybe then you go after some vet min guys, or
Hmm.
you just ride with those 10. Well, really
Well,
those 14 because I truly think Topich, Sorber, Sturts, and Mara could vie to break the rotation.
yeah, I think they could too. I think it's definitely doable. I want to look at some of the NBA free agents that the Thunder could potentially go after.
Well, then I mean, the Trey Murphy stuff is out there. I don't think the Thunder are
Oh
going to
yeah.
bundle guys together for Trey Murphy. I mean, that's a guy that should start. I mean, he averaged like 20 something points a game, but he is the perfect 3-and-D guy that I wish the Thunder had. But I just don't think that they're going to give up like a McCain for him
Yeah, I don't think they will either. I think it's gonna be a minute. But
because you have to pay him. That's the thing with
yeah,
Trey Murphy is that he wants to get paid.
yeah.
And the
So
Thunder just don't have that much. They're the most expensive team in the NBA.
Wiggins has a player option, by the way. I'm just looking through the
Mm-hmm.
um guys right now. In the
Nice.
in the Thunder's range, I guess, if you want to call it that. I'm going like bottom of the barrel. Carlson is a restricted free agent. I think they may let him walk. Dylan Jones, we could get him back. Brooks Barnhizer, also a restricted free agent. They
Those are
may let him
two-way
walk too.
guys.
Yeah,
Those don't
yeah.
count. Like this second round pick, he'll be a two-way guy.
Mike Conley, unrestricted free agent.
Interesting.
He probably re-signs with Minnesota because they traded him away and then traded him back. So I imagine they'll want to keep him. You want a wing guy? How about Keon Ellis from Cleveland?
I want Harrison Barnes. That is what the
That's
Thunder need.
that's actually a great pull. Lou
Just a
Dort's on a
guy that
club
in the
option.
playoffs will give you like 8 minutes.
Hmm.
That's all we need. But
But
we can
what about
make.
a Nicholas Batum?
I would love that. Give
Andre
me Nick
Drummond.
Batum. Give me Nick Batum. That's Wimby's French teammate, and we can have the secrets.
That's perfect. You want to bring back Jeff Green.
Tell you what,
Jeff Green, Doug McDermott, Joe Ingles. Let's get Tim Hardaway Jr.
there's also I wouldn't hate that. I would not hate Tim Hardaway Jr. Back to the Warriors, they may sign LeBron.
No way. Are they? No.
That's a huge thing. Yeah,
What?
that might
Why?
happen. That will
I thought
probably
that's
happen
happened like every
because
year
he
for
wants
four
to play
years
with
now.
Curry.
He wants to play with it's the Warriors are going to be the unction.
Yeah, but
That's literally it's
when
going to
they're
be the
cooking,
uncle
they might be
function.
cooking.
No, they're cooking with dog water. Like, what do you mean?
With
Yeah,
Kerr,
let's have our biggest free agent signing be 42-year-old LeBron. Great. What? You're just asking for a really hard rebuild where you're going to be rebuilding for the next 10 years. I just don't know if
also bring back Clay. Run it back.
I guess the unction, you're gonna have the ultimate. You're gonna have the oldest, and sign Jeff Green while you're at it. You're gonna
The
have the
big
retirement
three.
home.
The big three in Golden State.
Al Horford, a player option. They're old.
I kind of like it. I kind of like it as the old folks show. Just like
They may
one
get
last
Harrison
ride.
Barnes. They might
One
bring
last
Harrison Barnes
ride.
back at year 14.
What's Sean Livingston up to?
Chris Middleton, probably. CJ McCollum, James Harden.
McCollum's not going anywhere. He's staying. McCollum's still a dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's a restricted free agent or unrestricted. He signed a year extension. I just don't know. Here, I'm gonna find the wing guys
What's
real quick.
Iguodala doing?
They retired his number. What is Baron Davis up to? What is?
What's Kevon Looney doing?
I think he's
Where's Andrew Bogut?
gone. Wait a minute, hold on.
Some
I think
people
he's
said that
on the.
Mara could be Andrew Bogut.
Jonathan Kaminga's available. Bring him back, I guess. I
Jonathan
don't know.
Kaminga is 1 week older than Yax.
Brooke Lopez is out there. Let's go give him some.
Kaminga's been in the league. This is year 6,
Jeez.
and he's
Kevon Looney's in year 10 with the Pelicans
shout out,
on a club option.
shout out to Pels.
Oh, they're signing retirement home.
That's just a rumor out there that LeBron might go to the Warriors.
Why?
He stays in California. He can keep his house. He'll just fly up there.
Every day?
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
Oh,
I want to show you. That LeBron, no, that's crazy. Why would you not want to play with Luca? Like you're going to a worse situation.
they also just signed Austin Reeves today to the highest contract ever for an undrafted player.
Good for him.
Sturts might be Austin Reeves ish.
Okay. I just want to
I see the vision
with the okay.
with
So
Sturts.
this is the Warriors roster for this year. All right. Oh yeah, they have Porzingis,
Tingus
who's 30.
Pingus
Tingus Pingus, yeah, he's on the Warriors.
and Podimski.
Yes.
He's good.
So they have Charles Bassey, who's 25 years old, Jimmy Butler, who's 36 years old, LJ Cryer, who's 24 years
Coming off a
old,
torn Achilles.
Seth Curry, who's 35 years old,
He's just there
Stephen
for
Curry, who's
vibes.
38 years old, Draymond Green, who's 36, Al Horford, who's 40, uh, Malevi Leons, who's 26, DeAnthony Melton, who's 28, Moses Moody, who's 24, Gary Payton II, who's 33, Padinsky, who's 23, Porzingis, who's 30, Quentin Post, who's 26.
Porzingis is only 30?
Yeah, he's been in the league for 12 years. Will
Sheesh.
Richard is 23.
He's
Gui
not bad.
Santos is 24. Pat Spencer is 29. And Nate Williams is 27. And they're going to add LeBron.
And Yax, who's 24.
And yeah, they're going to have the oldest team, like on average,
For sure.
unless they just get rid of a bunch of guys. What's Nick Young up to? What's JaVale McGee up to? What are they doing? What's Chris Mullen doing right now?
Chris Paul.
He, re-
He
he
went
was
out
on
he
there.
went out sad.
He
Someone needs
shouldn't
the
have.
Thunder. What if the Thunder No, no. Here is the best opportunity. This is hear me out. Westbrook fills out the last spot.
Okay, wait. The best opportunity was with the Clippers, and they kicked him out
Right. I'm not
for
talking
Chris
about Chris
Paul.
Paul anymore. The Thunder's last roster spot. Hear me out. Westbrook.
Yeah, I'm not opposed.
That would be
Sacramento,
electric.
Westbrook and the Sacramento Westbrook jersey kind of cold. I won't even lie. Where he's
That
wearing
would be
18.
electric if they brought back Westbrook just to be our guy on the bench.
I would love that. I don't know if he would because I think he's going to think that he still has it, and he kind of
Send him
does.
out there to fight Wimby. Send him out there to fight the whole
Yeah,
Spurs team.
you know what? Yeah. Hey, you know what? The Jazz might sign the Warriors might sign Kevin Love to pair
Dude,
with
I'm
LeBron.
talking myself into Westbrook to the Thunder.
All right, I'm down
Make
for
it
it.
happen, Presty.
That's I sure. I be frick, man. I don't know. I don't.
They just drafted another guard. He's going to be struggling for minutes in the
Yeah,
Kings.
yeah. A cup. He can
Talk about
mentor A
all-time
cup.
vibes
He can
guy.
mentor A cup. That'd actually be so great for him. For Westbrook. Well, for A cup
Get
mostly.
him a ring because we're coming for the ring
Yeah, we
this
are.
next season.
They are. Yeah, yeah. We are.
We've
We
got
are.
Wimby. We've got a Wimby guy stopper now.
Yeah,
We've
Wemby
got
stopped
Mitchell
everything.
and Jada will be healthy. Fingers
Hmm.
crossed. We're coming for all of it.
It's gonna look good. I want to see what happens in free agency. if honestly, we may have to do an emergency podcast because I'm just gonna be laughing for 15 minutes if LeBron signs with the Warriors.
What if Chet just becomes even better and uses it as
That's the
fuel?
hope. That's the hope.
Nobody has been more slandered. Well, no, Fox after the finals is more
Fox
slandered.
got killed. Wimby to an extent, like
Where will Fox play next year? Guangdong.
Neo, Neo. All right.
We've been going for a while. That's all I
We
got.
have. Yeah, I was gonna say that's all I have. That is all the time we have today. Follow the pod on Instagram, GF2 Pod on Twitter, Instagram. Parker, give out your socials.
Parker Terrell 2 on X.com, Parker Choi 20 on Instagram.
Ian Nickel on Instagram, Ian Nickel on Twitter. That is Nikkel. We will see you next week. That's all I got. Bye.